Good morning, you guys. Okay, if you'd like to join me today for a live Bible reading, I actually was gonna start earlier, way earlier. I was gonna start at 7:30, so I apologize if anyone heard that yesterday. Let me just get that out of the way. It's just after 9:30, so we're starting a little later, but I'm still kind of just in my defense. I'm kind of trying to get um my flow here and to figure out when's a good time to start it. I didn't take into consideration that it's Saturday today. And so I think what I'll probably do is have a set time during the week and then maybe a set time on Saturday. So today, yay, hi Papa. Good to see you. I'm glad you joined. Carlos, good to see you guys. Yay. Okay. Feel free to leave comments if you want while I'm reading. And if I can, I'll answer, or I might not even have the answer, but I will try to acknowledge the comment. If I don't see it, then I will look at the end, and then tomorrow I will acknowledge the comment. So, okay, just to let you guys know, I'm not trying to ignore you if I don't see it. I'm kind of getting used to the whole deal still. All right, so we're going to be reading Genesis 11, and then we're going to be reading Job 1, 2, 3, and 4. So hang tight, stick with me, grab your Bible if you want to follow along, or you can just listen. As I said, this will be a daily Bible reading. I am reading out of the New King James Version. Eventually, I'll be switching to the NIV, the New International Version, because it's a little easier for me to understand. But for now, we're going to do the New King James Version. Okay, here we go. The Tower of Babel. Now the whole earth had one. It came to pass as they journeyed from the east, and they found a plan in the land of Shinar, and they dwelt there. Then they said to one another, "Come, let us make bricks and bake them thoroughly." They had brick for stone, and they had asphalt for mortar. And they said, "Come, let us build ourselves a city and a tower whose top is in the heavens. Let us make a name for ourselves, lest we be scattered abroad above the face of the whole earth." But the Lord came down to see the city and the tower which the sons of men had built. And the Lord said, "Indeed, the people are one, and they have all have one language. And this is what they begin to do now. Nothing that they propose to do will be withheld from them. Come, let us go down, and there confuse their language, that they may not understand one another's speech." So the Lord scattered them abroad from there over the face of all the earth, and they seized the building in the city. Therefore its name is called Babel, because there the Lord confused the language of all the earth, and from there the Lord scattered them abroad over the face of all the earth. Shem's descendants. This is the genealogy of Shem. Okay, as I said, if you were logged on yesterday, as I said yesterday, when I get to a bunch of names for descendants, I'm gonna kind of fast forward through those best as possible. So just hang tight with me for this. All right. Let's see. Thank you for the hearts, you guys. Appreciate it. All right, this is the genealogy of Shem. Shem was 100 years old and begot Arphaxad 2 years after the flood. After he got Arphaxad, Shem lived 500 years and begot sons and daughters. Okay, we're going to fast forward through some of this genealogy. Let's see here. All right, that's going to take us all the way down to, I am now on Genesis 11, Terah's descendants. We've got more genealogy, you guys. So basically when we got the genealogy, we're just talking about how the genealogy, how the family tree. So just a lot of names that we're not going to need to remember. I can't personally remember them. So, I'm assuming that you probably can't remember them too. You read them on your own if you want to. Okay, but this part is important. Okay, let's go Terah's descendants really quick. This is the genealogy of Terah. Terah begot Abram, Nahor, and Haran. Haran begot Lot, because we're going to be reading a lot about Lot. And Haran died before his father Terah in his native land, in Ur of the Chaldeans. Then Abram and Nahor took wives. The name of Abram's wife was Sarai, and the name of Nahor's wife Milcah, and the daughter of Haran, the father of Milcah, and the father of Iscah. But Sarai was barren. So remember that part, because that's going to be in another story that will be coming up soon. Sarai, or also known as Sarah, just spelled Sarai, was barren. She had no children. And Terah took his son Abram and his grandson Lot, the son of Haran, and his daughter-in-law Sarai, his son Abraham's wife, and they went out from them with the of the Chaldeans to go to the land of Canaan. And they came to Haran and dwelt there. So the days of Terah were 205 years, and Terah died in Haran. Okay, that wraps up Genesis 11. If you're following along, go ahead and flip on over to Job. It's going to be Job 1 through 4, and I'm going to get right into reading it. So thank you guys for being here. Yay, this is so fun. We're just reading the Bible together. That's it. Reading the Bible, learning, answering questions when we can. And my dog is beating his tail against the cabinet. If you guys hear a big loud sound, banging sound. It's his club. Okay, here we go. Job and his family in Uz. U-Z. There was a man in the name of Uz whose name was Job. And that man was blameless and upright, and one who feared God and shunned evil. And 7 sons and 3 daughters were born to him. Also his possessions were 7,000 sheep, 3,000 camels, 500 yokes of oxen, 500 female donkeys, and a very large household, so that this man was the greatest of all the people of the east. So he was rich. And his sons would go and feast in their houses, each on his appointed day, and would send and invite their 3 sisters to eat and drink with them. So it was when the days of feasting had run their course that Job would send and sanctify them. And he would rise early in the morning and offer burnt offerings according to the number of them all. For Job said, "It may be that my sons have sinned and cursed God in their hearts." Thus Job did regularly. So take an account for his loved ones to make sure that they are okay. All right, Satan attacks Job's character. Now there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan also came among them. And the Lord said to Satan, "From where do you come?" So Satan answered the Lord and said, "From going to and fro on the earth, and from walking back and forth on it." Then the Lord said to Satan, "Have you considered my servant Job, that there is none like him on the earth, a blameless and upright man, one who fears God and shuns evil?" So Satan answered the Lord and said, "Does Job fear God for nothing? Have you not made a hedge around him, around his household, and around all that he has on every side? You have blessed the work of his hands, and his possessions have increased in the land. But now stretch out your hand and touch all that he has, and he will surely curse you to your face." And the Lord said to Satan, "Behold, all that he has is in your power. Only do not lay a hand on his person." So Satan went out from the presence of the Lord. So here we have Job, who is walking completely upright, good, solid guy, doing everything that he can to do what's right. And now God is challenging Satan to say, "Go for it. I know that he's going to keep following me." Hey, thank you for the gift. I didn't see the name, Alamehe or something to that extent. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, here we go. Here we go. All right. Job loses his property and children. Now there was a day when his sons and daughters were eating and drinking wine in their oldest brother's house. And a messenger came to Job and said to them, "The oxen were plowing and the donkeys feeding beside them. And when the Sabaeans raided them and took them away, indeed they have killed the servants with the edge of the sword. And I alone have escaped to tell you." While he was still speaking, another also came and said, "The fire God fell from heaven and burned up the sheep and the servants and consumed them. And I alone have escaped to tell you." While he was still speaking, another also came and said, "The Chaldeans formed 3 bands, raided the camels and took them away. Yes, and killed the servants with the edge of the sword. And I alone have escaped to tell you." It's calamity after calamity. While he was still speaking, another also came and said, "Your sons and daughters were eating and drinking wine in their oldest brother's house. And suddenly a great wind came from across the wilderness and struck the 4 corners of the house, and it fell on the young people, and they are dead. And I alone have escaped to tell you." Then Job arose, tore his robe, and shaved his head, and he fell to the ground and worshipped. And he said, naked I came from my mother's womb, and naked shall I return there. The Lord gave, and the Lord has taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord." In all this, Job did not sin nor charge God with wrong. Can you imagine going through all that and still continuing to walk upright and giving praise to God? A lot of people would crumble. A lot of us would crumble. Start cursing God. Job did not do that. He still gave praise. Okay, here we go. Job 2. Thank you guys for being here. I see some new logons. Ashley, what's up, Ashley? Shannon, what's up, Shannon? Appreciate you guys. Dondi, Ron Wallace, my papa, love you. Okay, here we go. Satan attacks Job's health. Again, there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan came also among them to present himself before the Lord. And the Lord said to Satan, "From where do you come?" Satan answered the Lord and said, "From going to and fro on the earth and from walking back and forth on it." Then the Lord said to Satan, "Have you considered my servant Job? That there is no one like him on the earth, a blameless and upright man, one who fears God and shuns evil, and still he holds fast to his integrity, although you incited me against him to destroy him without cause." So Satan answered the Lord and said, "Skin for skin. Yes, all that a man has he will give for his life. But stretch out your hand now and touch his bone and flesh, and he will surely curse you to your face." And the Lord said to Satan, "Behold, he is in your hand, but spare his life." So do whatever you want to him, but don't kill him. So Satan went out from the presence of the Lord and struck Job with painful boils from the sole of his foot to the crown of his head. And he took for himself a potsherd with which to scrape himself while he sat in the midst of the ashes. Then he said to his wife, his wife said to him, "Do you still hold fast to your integrity? Curse God and die." But he said to her, "You speak as one of the foolish women speaks. Shall we indeed accept good from God? And shall we not accept adversity?" And all this, Job did not sin with his lips. You can imagine being covered with boils. If you've ever had one blister, think about having just blisters all over your body. Horrid. All right, Job's 3 friends. This is where it gets interesting, you guys. All right, Job's 3 friends. Now, when Job's 3 friends heard all this adversity that had come upon him, each one came from his own place. Eliphaz the Temanite, Bildad the Shunaite, and Zophar the Naamathite. For they had made an appointment together to come and mourn with him and to comfort him. And when they raised their eyes from afar and did not recognize him, because he was so just physically beat up, it doesn't say that, I added that in, they lifted their voices and wept, and each one tore his robe and sprinkled dust on his head toward heaven. So they sat down with him on the ground 7 days and 7 nights, and no one spoke a word to him, for they saw that his grief was very great. So they saw that he was in such despair that they literally didn't even know what to say, and they just sat there in silence. Crazy. Okay. Job 3. Job deplores his birth. After this, Job opened his mouth and cursed the day of his birth. And Job spoke and said, May the day perish on which I was born, and the night in which it was said, a male child is conceived. May that day be darkness. May God above not seek it, nor the light shine upon it. May darkness and the shadow of death claim it. May a cloud settle on it. May the blackness of the day terrify it. As for the night, may darkness seize it. May it not rejoice among the days of the year. May it not come into the numbers of the months. Oh, that night be barren. May no joyful shout come into it. May those curse it who curse the day. Those who are ready to arouse Leviathan. May the stars of its morning be dark. May it look for the light, but have none, and not see the dawning of the day, because it did not shut up the doors of my mother's womb, nor hide sorrow from my eyes. Why did I not die at birth? Why did I not perish when I came from the womb? Why did the knees receive me? Or why the breast that I should nurse? For now I would have lain still and been quiet. I would have been asleep. Then I would have been at rest with kings and counselors on the earth, who built the ruins for themselves. Or with the princes who had gold, who filled their houses with silver. Or why was I not hidden like a stillborn child, like infants who never saw the light? Their wicked cease from troubling, and there the weary are at rest. There the prisoners rest together. They did not hear the voice of the oppressor. The small and the great are there, and the servant is free from his master. Why is the light given to who is in the misery, and life to the bitter of the soul, who long for death but it does not come, and search for it more than hidden treasures, who rejoice exceedingly, and are glad when they can find the grave? Why is light given to man whose way is hidden, and whose God has hedged in? And for my sighting comes before I eat, and my groanings pour out like water. For the things I greatly feared has come upon me, and that what I dreaded has happened to me. I am not at ease, nor am I quiet. I have no rest, for trouble comes. So here's Job over here, I mean, rightly so, having a pity party. So what's up, Casey Dimples? Thank you guys for being here. This is our last push. For the day, we're gonna do Job 4, and we'll wrap it up for the day. All right, here we go. Eliphaz, Job has sinned. Then Eliphaz the Temanite answered and said, so now his friends are talking to him. If one attempts a word with you, will you become weary? But who can withhold himself for speaking? Surely you have instructed many, and you have strengthened weak hands. Your words have upheld him who was stumbling, and you have strengthened the feeble knees. But now it comes upon you, and you are weary. It touches you, and you are troubled. Is not your reverence your confidence, and the integrity of your ways your hope? Remember now, whoever perished being innocent, or where were the upright ever cut off? Even as I have seen, those who plow iniquity and sow trouble reap the same. By the blast of the God they perish, and by the breath of his anger they are consumed. The roaring of the lion, the voice of the fierce lion, and the teeth of the young lions are broken. The old lion perishes for lack of prey, and the cubs of the lioness are scattered. Now a word was secretly brought to me, and my ear received a whisper of it. In disquieting thoughts from the visions of the night, when deep sleep falls on men, fear came upon me, and trembling, which made all my bones shake. Then a spirit passed before my face. The hair on my body stood up. It stood still, but I could not discern its appearance. A form was before my eyes. There was silence. Then I heard a voice saying, can a mortal be more righteous than God? Can a man be more pure than his maker? If he puts no trust in his servants, if he charges his angels with error, how much more those who dwell in those days of clay, whose foundation is in the dust, who are crushed before a moth? They are broken into pieces. From morning till evening, they perish forever with no one regarding. Does not their own excellence go away? They die even without wisdom. It's a lot to take in, you guys, but I love this story of Job. So tomorrow I should have checked to see exactly what we're reading, but I believe we're still going to be in Job tomorrow. So basically, Job's having a pity party. His friends are starting to get in on it, talk to him about it. You know, I'm sure they're in shock. So, hey, I really appreciate you guys all being here. Hey, let me know, you guys. Drop it in the comments or even send me a message. Let me know. I'm still kind of up in the air about what time I should do this consistently, because I want to try to keep it a consistent time. Maybe one time during Monday through Friday, and a little bit different of time, maybe a little later on the weekends, because sometimes I don't get up quite as early on the weekends. Just a little difference. So let me know if you guys have an idea time-wise, if you want to keep tuning back in. I really appreciate you guys be here. Ron Wallace, my daddy, Dondi, Casey Dimples, Angel, Emily, who else am I seeing? Shannon. Anyways, I can't read some of these names, but I love you guys. I'm praying for you guys. Let's close it out with a quick prayer. God, thank you so much for this day. Thank you so much for if you're in Texas, the nice weather. We're having some gorgeous weather. If you're not in Texas, the weather is not as nice. Thank you for much for letting us have another day, God. Each day that you give us is literally a gift from heaven. Like, life could literally be taken away in the snap of your fingers, but each time you choose to give us another day, we know that you're not done with us. We know that you have purpose for us. You have things for us to complete. You have people for us to talk to, even if it's just giving somebody a kind word or a little help with a direction in life. There's a lot of struggling people, God. God, thank you for giving us discernment in a world that is crazy and full of deception. God, thank you for letting us be a light in a dark world, God. God, I ask that you continue to give us strength, give us direction, give us open eyes going forward, God. Let us see what things really are for what they are. Don't let us be deceived by the enemy, deceived by his plots or his lies that we hear in the media or AI or any of those things that are coming against us right now, God. God, I ask that you just bring us together as Christians, brothers and sisters, God. We all need each other right now. Bring us together as an army, God. Make us stronger, God. Get us closer to you, God. And I pray for each and every person on here that you just give them a day full of joy, a day full of power, a day full of natural energy and purpose, God. If anyone's struggling with their purpose, God, I ask you that you just reveal it to them, God. And if I want to encourage them, if you are struggling, the best thing you can do is lean into Jesus, and he will make it clear to you guys. So God, let us be of you and not of the world, Jesus. Thank you so much for this day. Thank you so much for everybody that logged on here. I love you guys. God bless you. In the name of Jesus, amen. All right, guys, that's it for today. Thank you, guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Let's go ahead and just say 8 a.m. tomorrow. I'm just going to commit to it. 8 a.m. I'll log on, and then I'll pick a time for consistent. All right. Bye, bye, bye. I will see you guys soon. I don't know how to turn this one off.
You gotta swipe it up, maybe. Just swipe, close the app out, less swiping it up.
No, but
Watch. Just kill the app like that, and it'll turn
but
it
I
on.
wanted to maybe share it.
Oh, we can back up and share it.
Your saved live videos are not reels. Your account is public, so anyone can use your original audio remix. Okay.
I'm sorry I told you that I was gonna tear your little ass the fuck up.